Welcome back to the Pre-Weekend Update, where I give you conversational talking points about things that happened in the world of entertainment this week so that you can make it through a conversation this weekend. Here we go. The Tony Awards were this past Sunday in good old New York, New York. The WGA promised not to parade their strike outside of the award ceremony, even though there were no writers that were going to be able to work on the show for obvious reasons. We support the strike. But while this performance was not the same one as we typically see because there were no writers, it was still akimbo to what we have seen in previous years. So it was still a ton of fun. When you tell anyone in the Tonys it was a ton of fun, they're like, aw, shucks. Olivia Rodrigo came out with a new song titled Vampire. She posted about the new song on Instagram, and former Twilight star Taylor Lautner iconically commented, "K, who TF bit you?" in reference, of course, to the famed and well-known Twilight series. But quite frankly, if we're going along the plot line of Twilight, isn't Olivia Rodrigo a little bit young?
FBI, open up!
To be immortalized forever? I mean, she just got her driver's license last week. Doja Cat has released the first image, which is like the thumbnail picture for her premiere teaser for her new single, Attention, which will be on her new album, which will be all rap. You know what they say, cats love mice and raps. Okay, you know what, I'm sorry, I didn't have a joke for this one. It's just cool and I wanted to talk about it. Through today, I get to talk to artists across all mediums. Recently, I got a chance to talk to new, soon-to-be out everywhere novelist Harold Rogers about his upcoming book. Here is a little clip from that interview.
I think writing fiction was like my first thing that I was into. And then in college, I kind of fell into, stand-up. And then when I moved to New York, though, it was to do stand-up. And I got into graduate school for creative writing. And so I was like, I only want to be in New York because I want to do stand-up, but I want to, write fiction too.
On today's Geeking Out, I'm going to be talking about the Tony Awards last weekend. Literally, I don't care if the people you're going to surround yourself with are not theater people. We will make them theater people through this Geeking Out. It's going to be great. Because I think the big winners were Kimberly Akimbo and Leopoldstadt, which is a title that I'm pretty sure I'm saying wrong. What an excellent show. But nonetheless, that's where it is. The show, they both won multiple Tony Awards. Kimberly Akimbo taking home 5 awards, Leopoldstadt taking home 4. And typically, however, in the past few years, things we've seen is like a specific show sweep every Tony. Not every Tony, but like, for example, Hamilton. The year Hamilton was nominated, walked out of the Tony Awards with 11 awards. And I'm pretty sure the year Hadestown was eligible, it won 9. So it's very interesting to see that this year, while you do have some hard hitters, things were actually pretty evenly split, which I think calls into question something that's like, this is the first year in a while that most of the shows that were nominated that are on this front line are not shows that are based on a movie or based on something else. Like, the shows that are winning are either revivals or original pieces, and those are the ones that are really coming forward and making their mark, which I think is especially interesting within the context of the writer's strike. Now, the writer's strike, for those that don't know, does not apply to theater writers. It is specifically for screenwriting. But just to emphasize the importance of writing in the entertainment industry, it's so interesting to see unique and heartfelt shows like Kimberly Akimbo, which is an absolutely, oh my gosh, I saw it almost by accident, and it was so absolutely breathtaking, sobbing the whole time, 10 out of 10 recommend, and clearly everyone agrees with me because it won the Tony Award for Best Musical. But then even shows like when it won so many awards, it won 5. Some Like It Hot won 4. And then Parade and Sweeney Todd each won 2. And then there were a lot that won 1. Like, it is a while it still stands out among the rest, it's still a relatively even split. So I think something very interesting to talk about is why. What is changing in media today? What theater, rather, like what is changing in the theater that we are seeing a more even split than we've seen in the past? Like, does it mean that we're kind of breaking out of this, like, oh my God, it has to be like based on a movie or no one's gonna come? Like, are we starting to learn how to trust our audiences again? Like, I think that's the central question that this year's Tony Awards present. You know what? Comment what you think. And that is all for the pre-weekend update this week. For more, check us out on nstars.com. Subscribe to us here. Comment below. Have a grand old time. Have a great week.